Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. And I say good morning. It's morning. I woke up, I don't know if you'll have seen a few days ago, because I actually put it up on the night I filmed it, a very raw, unedited video done at 3 o'clock in the morning, half 3 in the morning, when I woke up after a very intense dream and just had to get it out of my head while I remembered it. And I just could not go back to sleep afterwards. So that was, and I hadn't gone to sleep until gone 1 o'clock. That was at half 3 this morning. I woke up and then I started to doze back off at half 6, having let Raz out and what have you for her wee, but she just wasn't having it and just kept trying to jump on the bed. And she has this habit of, while I'm trying to sleep, she jumps on me, and I had to get quite cross and tell her to get down and stay down, because I was just knackered. And I've tried to doze, but it's so hard because she isn't asleep and she's not settled. So I fed her, and then she did rest for a little bit, and I have managed to maybe doze for an hour. But really, I need to get up. I need to go and feed Lily Cat, and I need to walk her. So it has been raining on and off, and we've got thunderstorms due, because part of me was tempted to actually walk her up to the house and, you know, spend the day all together up there. But I don't know how she'll get on with the dogs in their home. And I don't know if she'll just bark at the geese all the time, because she's quite reactive to things like the cows and birds. And I just wonder if maybe that's just pushing it a little bit too far. So I'm taking her out for a walk now, and then I plan on going back to my house, and I was going to trim the hedges and stuff that need doing, but with it having rained, I'm not sure if that's going to be feasible to do with the hedge trimmers. And if it continues to rain, then obviously I'm not going to be able to do it. So that might have to wait another day. Ideally, maybe if tomorrow's dry, I'll do it tomorrow. It's a bank holiday. But I think I might go home, snuggle up to Lee and have a bit of a doze. A little bit of a doze after I've taken her for a walk, so that I don't keep getting jumped on, because I really do need a rest. I am shattered. Whether or not I'll be able to, I don't know. Anyway, let's go and take her for a walk, and that'll tire her out, get that energy out. Having a good sniff around is sometimes just as good as having a good long walk, because it's using their brains. It's very stimulating. I know when we first had Timmy, a sniffy walk for 10 minutes absolutely exhausted him when he came to live with us. Hi, you're super cute. I could hear the munching from the other side of the fence. What do you think, Raz? It's a cow. I am back at my house, and you can see this has just got completely overgrown, and for some reason this particular bit has died off. We had a bit do that just here as well, which I've chopped out, so I'm going to have to chop this bit out as well, I think. It's the only thing I can do to rectify that situation, and then deal with the pathway. We don't have a lot of room left in the bin, unfortunately. Oh, battery would be helpful. I find out that the battery has died so much, I just need to charge them all. I think that might be the case.
And he's charging more.
I haven't used it for ages, have I? So there's just no oomph. Next door might let us use their bin as well if need be. Just because otherwise it just comes straight back out and attacks, you know, hinders the door again. The bin is now full, so we can't do a full job, but we can at least get down the pathway. We'll do it a proper job when we don't have a full bin. Let's get you out of the sun. I need to make holes in my new pots because they are going to be actual planters and not, you know, like, I don't know what you'd call them, trays or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to put some holes in. I don't need your help though, thanks.
Holes!
Well, now to transfer all of the mud and plants into there. Unfortunately, I haven't got any compost to put in the bottom, so I have to work with what I've got. I seem to have made a big mess, but Lee said he's going to take me for breakfast, so, well, it's more like brunch at this point. Well, no, it's probably more like lunch at this point. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. The trough is now gone, and temporarily those pots are there, and it's going to absolutely bucket it down again, but I need to go and feed Lily Cat. Thanks. What's this? What's that? I'm back at my house sit. Had a nice time hanging out with family and getting a couple of jobs ticked off my list. Anyway, I'm going to, I don't know if I showed you the finished puzzle. And it's got proper, not made up albums either, look, like proper albums. There's a lot of detail in all of that. One of my favourites. That movie is amazing. Love that movie. So yeah. Loads of detail in that. I'm going to pack this one up now and then make a start on another one. But for right now, I'm going to make a cup of tea. And I'll probably go and sit and watch some TV. And if I doze off, then great. And if I don't, then that's fine. I just feel a little exhausted now. I mean, I've done the things I needed to get done. Got those jobs off the list between rainstorms. Raz has been walked. So all the important stuff's done. I feel like I can actually just maybe just have a bit of downtime now. We've been watching some of those murder mysteries, but they're Netflix ones, not YouTube ones. And I've decided to heat up some dinner. So maybe myself a cup of tea and a chicken korma and pilau rice. I feel a bit wibbly wobbly, to be honest. Just feel a bit off. But it could be because I'm very tired, and also because I forgot my glasses earlier on today, so I spent most of the time without my glasses on. So it could be a bit of eye strain as well. It's finally stopped raining. It's blue sky out there. So I'm now going to go and watch another murder mystery with Raz, who's been curled up next to me on the sofa, drink my tea and continue doing as little as possible. Hello lovelies. It's about 8:30 and I'm still awake. Yay! I've been watching, I'm very much into like these cult type programs anyway on Netflix. There's the True Flame Universe or True Flame something or other. Now I have heard about True Flames, and True Flames are supposed to be your one true love, your spiritual connection, the other half of your soul. I mean, more than a soulmate, apparently. And I've heard the phrase used and what have you. But it would appear that this couple, and I say couple because actually, to be honest, she's not really said very much. This guy seems to be doing all the talking, and he's a complete arse, quite honestly. He's incredibly rude, incredibly insulting, as an already put himself as a god. You know, has referred to him as himself as Jesus Christ because he grew the long hair and the beard and said that he was Jesus. You know, it wasn't Jesus Christ. The pictures were not of Jesus Christ that we see around, but they were of him. So he's already an arrogant arse as far as I'm concerned. But it's a 3-part thing on like a documentary, 3-part documentary, and I'm halfway through the second. Actually, I've probably nearly finished the second half, the second episode. So I've just sorted myself out, freshened myself up, put my PJs on, got myself a glass of water, and I'm going to go and watch the rest of it. But I just find these things so fascinating, how people get drawn in and how these people actually not force, because people do have free will, but abuse people's vulnerabilities and just, I don't know, just have the confidence to, and an understanding of how to put people under pressure to feel like the rest of the group, they're either letting the rest of the group down or they're wrong and don't want to look stupid. And so editing Pip has realised that menopausal Pip, half asleep Pip, from the video I've just been editing, clearly thought she'd finished the video and then just stopped halfway through. Now, I do remember Kenzie called me, and so that's why I stopped speaking to the camera. Excuse me. Clearly didn't bother picking up the camera to finish the sentence, so I shall finish it now. Yeah, this guy, like, it's really interesting. I've now watched the entire show, 3 episodes of this documentary on Netflix called Escaping True Flame, something like that. And it was really, really interesting, actually. And the guy got darker and weirder and really quite abusive. And then things started kind of coming crashing down and a lot of people left. It got to the point where he was actually telling people they were really born in the wrong bodies, and their true flames were female, and he was going on and on about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and you had to have a divine masculine and a divine feminine, and so gay people were absolutely fine, but one of you had to basically take on a male role and a female role, and then the people, if you were 2 women, because most of the people in this group were women, so they were running out of men to match them with, and so he was just, him and his wife, partner, whoever she was, he was honestly saying, you people, he's kind of creating this pyramid scheme of people who were coaches, life coaches, and these life coaches were then coaching others. You end up with this pyramid scheme of people, and the coaches had to be a coach. They had to pay for the training, and they had to pay for everything that he introduced. And there was always another level, another level, another level. And he was openly saying, to these people that you're making my money, and he had just got them so brainwashed and so scared to leave, and had cut them off from their families. Typical cult behaviour. Yeah, it was really shocking, but I find these things fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating that when there are people that are desperate for something, whether it be connection with other humans or love or money or acceptance or all manner of other things, that they can be completely brainwashed, and when they're in it, and we'll go to the degrees of cutting their family off and all sorts. And these people, excuse me, some of them, like I said, went to the extreme of because this guy told them they had to be divine masculine or divine feminine. Well, actually, in this case, it was mostly the divine masculine. They had to then go through transitioning, and they'd never at any point before felt transgender or felt that they had body dysmorphia or anything like that. And it was really interesting, and made me quite angry in places on behalf of these people. And I just wanted to kind of climb into I'm not a violent person, but I wanted to climb into the TV screen and really slap him a lot. Anyway, like I said, this is future me. This is Tuesday me, Tuesday me. I'm actually catching up on my vlogs now. I'm not so far behind. So I've actually ditched a couple of vlogging days over the past week, and I've amalgamated a couple of days, as you'll have seen over the last couple of vlogs. So yeah, I've managed to catch up with myself a little bit, and I will be talking more going forwards about some of my plans for potential change with my vlogging schedule, which I will sit down and talk to you about when I've got 5 minutes that's not now to sit and talk to you about it. So yeah, make sure you come back for that info, because it will affect uploads and what have you. Anywho, thank you very much for watching, you lovely lot, and I'll see you all tomorrow.